The TVC News at 7. I am Abosadi Adeniraduremi. We start off at the presidential villa where President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Professor Josh Amupitan as the sixth chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission. President Tinubu warns Professor Amupitan to protect the integrity of Nigeria's elections and electoral process, as well as strengthen the institutional capacity of INEC. Our State House correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
With this swearing in, Professor Josh Amupitan has now been cleared to lead Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission, a task critical to the survival of Nigeria's democracy. He has been charged to protect the integrity of Nigeria's elections and electoral processes, as well as strengthen the institutional capacity of INEC.
Your nomination for the important role and the subsequent confirmation by the Senate is a testament to your capacity and the confidence reposed in you by both the executive and the legislative arm of government. The significant achievement marked the beginning of a challenging yet rewarding journey, and I trust that you will approach your responsibilities with the highest level of integrity, dedication, and patriotism.
President Bola Tinubu acknowledged Nigeria's democratic journey and commended INEC for helping to steer the process despite obvious challenges.
To maintain public trust in elections, electoral integrity must be protected. All aspects of the process, from registration to campaigning, immediate access, voting and counting, should be transparent, non-violent, and be credible. No electoral system is flawless, but since elections are vital to a nation's future, it is essential to continually strengthen electoral institutions, ensuring they are robust, resilient, and safeguarded against artificial setbacks.
Professor Amupitan already has his work cut out. He assumes office at a crucial time when there are growing calls to restore confidence in the country's electoral system and to introduce reforms that will enhance voting in Nigeria. He pledged to defend the Constitution and the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I will reaffirm what I have just taken, that I'm going to defend the Constitution and the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as far as it relates to the electoral system. And like the President said, I was given a clear charge to ensure credible, fair and free election. Not just that I will ensure that that is done, I'm also going to engage all the stakeholders, because no matter how you set the barometer and the level of success, you still need all the stakeholders to be able to succeed.
Professor Amupitan, a senior advocate of Nigeria and professor of law at the University of Jos, was confirmed by the Senate on the 16th of October, following his endorsement by the National Council of State. He replaces Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, whose tenure expired on the 7th of October. The immediate task before Professor Amupitan is the Anambra State governorship election, followed by other off-cycle polls. But Nigerians also expect real change beyond the buzz surrounding Professor Amupitan's resume and credentials. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, Femi joins me live now from Abuja for more on this. Femi, Professor Amupitan is coming in at a crucial time with the Anambra governorship election only about 16 days away. Walk us through the responsibilities before him and some of the assurances he has given.
Hi, Bossa. Well, there's a lot before Professor Amupitan. It's good that he understands the task that lies ahead of him. He also acknowledged that the first thing he's going to do is to settle, as soon as he hits the ground running, is to begin or to catch up with, the plans already in place ahead of the Anambra State governorship election. It's an institution whether Amupitan was there or not, the whole process kept running, even when the former INEC chairman retired and left, and there was an interim chairman in place. The whole process did not stop. Preparations and planning, was still ongoing. And it's just for him to know, to be brought up to speed with how far they have come with all of these plannings, and he would then help oversee and superintend over the process. And it's kind of unusual. We saw him sworn in today at the National Economic Council meeting. Most INEC chairmen are sworn in at the Federal Executive Council meeting, but this time he had the governors, state governors in attendance, some key members of President Tinubu's cabinet who are members of the National Economic Council meeting were also in attendance, including the vice presidents and others. That is where he swore the oath of office and he took the oath of office and allegiance before getting that charge from President Bola Tinubu to ensure that he restores confidence in Nigeria's electoral process. And there's a lot of calls for reforms in the Nigeria's electoral process. It remains to be seen how Professor Amupitan will help take the Electoral Commission through this very delicate process of implementing these reforms, much desired reforms in Nigeria's electoral system. Abosede.
And Femi, Professor Amupitan is the 6th chairman of INEC, and he follows in that long list of academics heading the commission. What really would we say is the significance of this?
Well, it's not particularly significant. It's just, the preference of successive governments to pick from the academia to, pick people from the academia to come and head the Independent National Electoral Commission. Well, maybe because some of them feel that, you can get men of impeccable character in the academia, but, that we have also seen people picked from the academia and then failed at the job given to them. What matters is his personality, his character, his capacity and competence. That is what Nigeria will be looking out for. There's been a lot of talk about his resume. He's been a professor in the University of Jos. He's also been involved in Nigeria in helping shape Nigeria's electoral system. He was part of those that helped draft the electoral, that helped amend the Electoral Act in 2019, before that election, when President Muhammad Buhari was seeking re-election, but President Muhammad Buhari refused to sign that bill. So he has quite an experience in electoral matters because of his involvement in that. So it's expected that he'll bring all of that to bear as he settles in to begin his work at the Electoral Commission.
And Nigerians are really watching to see how events unfold. Femi, many thanks for that update.